my name is Lisa Grace and this is Nailchemy's YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. We are breaking out the acrylic. I've just stuck my tip on. The nail is all prepped. And I'm coming in with my nail prep to dehydrate the nail. And then the Ultra Bond Platinum. This only needs to go on the natural nail, so don't worry about taking it all the way down the tip. And then just give that a few moments to dry. Right, if I was clear of acrylic, I would be here. Found it straight away. It's unheard of. Right, so I'm going to throw some glitters on in this, and hopefully I've grabbed a mixture that I can pronounce. So I've got crooks. Are we going to focus? There we go. So this is a really nice bluey, greeny, purpley. They're all iridescent. The ones I'm using are all iridescent. This is a nice blue one. Look at that. So that is crooks. I'm also using Orion. It's a nice orangey one. Again, it's iridescent. They're all four of these are iridescent. We've got Pegasus. It's very yellow. And then we've got Lyra, whichever one you want to call it, and that's pink. So let's take the lids off these very carefully. They're gonna get knocked over. Let's move you out of the way. Don't need you. Are we focusing? There we go. Right, we'll do them in that order. Right, so I'm using the clear acrylic powder. I'm also using my, I think it's the medium speed A8 medium speed monomer and my A8 acrylic brush. Why is my camera not focusing? There we go, the A8 brush. So first things first, I'm just going to come in with a very, very small bead of acrylic, literally just a small bead, and we're just going to pop this just on the nail bed. This needs to be nice and thin. This is just that we get maximum adhesion to the nail with the acrylic. Oh, you know, that smell of monomer never gets old. I just love it. I just love it. Right, so we're going to be throwing these glitters on semi-diagonally-ish, roughly, maybe not. We're just going to throw them on and hope for the best, to be honest. So I'm going to get a little bit of clear acrylic up in the top section. While my brush is still wet, I'm going to dip into the blue, which was called Crooks, and just pack that in. Always keep an eye on your thickness. Don't go too heavy. Okay, next bit down again, small bit of acrylic. And pop that on. Spread it out while my brush is still wet. Go straight into Orion. Throw some of that on there. Next bit down, more acrylic. And then straight into Pegasus.
This is my favourite.
These, if you pop these on top, I think it's the Glastonbury collection. Because obviously, I mean, when these are in the pot, they look so vibrant. But if you really want to keep that vibrancy, you need to coordinate it with the colour underneath. But this is just our background. So I just want a little bit of colour in the background because we're going to do more on top. So if I was just doing a glitter ombre like this, I would I'd use some of the neon acrylic powders underneath, just for that extra pow. That pink's nice, isn't it?
It's really nice for that yellow.
Right, so make sure we're all nice and flat and flush. There's nothing sticking out. No major lumps and bumps. And I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes to set. Okay, when it's set enough, it doesn't have to be completely set, but just enough that it's no longer moving around. And then I'm going to cap this entire nail with clear acrylic powder. I'm going to come in with some larger beads now. Did your Fitbit just beep?
Mm-hmm.
Mine did as well. Because we've been sat on our booties, telling us off. So I'm just going to gently pat and pull that down the nail. Any excess will come off the end. And just keep this in shape. Keep pulling down any excess. And that'll come away. And down.
Look the way that shimmers under in that.
I know. Can you imagine how that would look with a matte finish? Especially this pink one. It's beautiful. Okay, one more bead around the cuticle. Seal all of that glitter in. Oh, look at that blue under there, look. How pretty is that? Blend your sidewalls first, and then you can feather that acrylic into your other bead. Nice light touches, and that leaves your apex in position. Oh, I love it. Look.
Mm-hmm.
That really brings it to life, doesn't it? Okay, so I need to let this completely set before I go at it with a file, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, so we're all filed up. I've also just given this a quick buff. It always helps the finished product look a little bit clearer if you give it a little buff. Alternatively, you can swipe over the nail with some acetone, or do both if you're feeling fancy. Right, so coming in with the no wipe top coat. Look at that, it's so sparkly. Right, pop that in the lamp for me, please, Sam. Right, so I'm going to be adding some detail on top. So I'm going to be using, if I can find it, I just need to clean my brush. I'm going to be using my 10mm liner brush. I really should get another one of these. This is the brush that I use the most. I really, really like this one. It's very versatile, and I like that of a brush. So I'm going to be using my 10mm liner. There we go. And I've just grabbed a selection of polishes. I'm going to be using Carnation from the Fairy Garden collection, Tulip from the Fairy Garden, what else have I got from the Fairy Garden? Violet, and then I'm going to be using Paw Paw, which is a beautiful blue, and also Watermelon. So what I'm going to be doing with this, I'm just going to do like a unicorn mane swirly design on top. So I'm going to just any order, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to start off with violets, and I'm not going to go right in. I'm going to be coming this way, but I'm not going to start right off in the corner just because I want to get some of my bigger ones in first. And then work the design around that. So careful not to go too thick with this, because otherwise it will bubble. And we don't want that. Right, leave that as is. You don't want to be curing any of this until, well, I mean, you can do a little bits at a time. But to save time, do it all in one go. So coming in next with Watermelon. This is a Lisa colour, definitely. It almost matches my hair at the minute. I'm just going to leave a gap between... Lando, stop down. Sorry, he's behind me licking. Bloody goes through me. Yeah, leave a gap between each bit. That way you'll get the glitter, which is what we want. But how much of the glitter you leave exposed is completely up to you. You can leave thinner sections if you wish. So that was watermelon. I've got carnation next. This is a really nice baby pink. Very cute. So just follow the same swirl. I mean, you don't have to do swirls, you could do anything. Anything you want. I'll pop pawpaw on the bottom. I love this pawpaw. It's really popular with clients as well. I think because it's such a gorgeous powder blue. They love it. I think I've got a little bit too much on there. Can you see how it kind of bulbs out at the bottom? So I'm just going to come in with my brush and just take off some excess of that. We don't want it bubbling in the lamp. That's what we don't want. And finally, tulip. I'm going to pop up in that top corner. Like that. Right, before that goes into the lamp. Do you know what? I'm going to thicken them up a little bit. I think I've got a smidge too much glitter exposed for my liking. So more so with the watermelon and the violet. Just going to come down the sides and just thicken them up a little bit. And this is the good thing about doing it all in one go. If you do a section at a time, then it kind of gets locked in. But doing it all in one go, you've got freedom to come back and, you know, freedom to wipe it all off and start again if you so wish. A little bit more carnation. Where did you go? Yeah, happier with that. Fabulous. Right, so before that goes into the lamp, I'm going to grab my clear acrylic powder because I want these kind of matte, like a velvet effect. So I'm just going to sprinkle some clear acrylic powder on here, and I'm going to do it until the gel polish has completely soaked it up. So keep throwing this on and keep checking the gel polish for any shiny or wet patches. So tap that off and have a quick look, and sometimes it'll keep soaking in, so like round this side. So I don't know if you can see, but on the watermelon it's soaked that up and it's still a little wet there. So I'm just going to throw a little bit more on. Tap that off, have another check. That looks like it's taken it all. So that can go into the lamp for full cure now, please, Sam. Record. Right, so that's just come out of the lamp. So now we're going to dust off our excess acrylic powder. So that's going to leave the gel polish matte and the glitter really shiny. What do you think of that one, guys? Drop some comments below. Let me know your thoughts. I was going to do, I'm looking for cuticle, there we are. I was going to do it in rainbow order, but I always do that. I like to mix things up a bit, and actually I really like it. I like these colours together. So let's pop.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a little bit. Let's not do what we did last time. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit like on that video, drop any comments that you've got down in the comment section below, and more importantly, make sure you hit subscribe so that you get a notification for all of our future videos. All of the products that I've used today you can find on our website, which is nailchemy.co.uk, and I will see you in the next video.